Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. So update 1.40 will be releasing next week for GT7. Now this will probably drop on the usual Thursday, with the trailer coming on the Wednesday, giving us a bit more of an insight of what's to come. However, Kaz did release the silhouettes this morning, and in terms of GT7 content, this is the most cars we've received in a single update, and he did go on to say that this would be a big update, and he's, well, kind of not wrong in the sense of GT7 post-launch content. 7 new cars coming with this update. As you can see, a nice wide selection of different vehicles to take your choose from. So at the time of making this video, Nenkai hasn't come out to say exactly what the silhouettes are, but I'm assuming he will have by the time this video goes live. So we're going to start with the middle one first, and I'm going to assume that this is, well, quite obvious really. This is definitely a Porsche 911. I'm assuming of the 992 variety, which is the most up-to-date generation of the Porsche 911, and I'm going to have to go with this being a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, which is the road going version, very much an in-your-face version of the 992. As you can see, the rear wing matches up with the bars sweeping up onto the top of the rear wing. Again, with the kit on it, it just matches up pretty much perfectly. Now at first I was kind of on the fence about this one, you know, kind of thinking, is it possible this is the cup version? But I'm going to go with this being a road version. I certainly don't think it's the sort of 911 GT3R, mainly because that looks far too sort of sweeping and a lot wider at the front and rear. So I'm going to go with this being the road version. But like I said, there is a possibility this could be the cup version, but I'd certainly say this is more than likely the road going version of the 911, mainly the GT3 RS. It just pretty much matches perfectly to the silhouette itself. Okay, so next up, let's go to the front left. I think this one's obvious, and rest in peace to Where Is the LFA comments. Obviously, I'm pretty much certain this is the Lexus LFA. Finally, one of the most requested cars I think I've ever seen in Gran Turismo history is finally coming to the game. And if they get it right, this is going to be one of this best sounding cars within GT7. It's just absolutely insane, and it does look like it's finally coming to the game. It's got such a, you know, obvious silhouette to it. It's got a very distinct shape and look and style that I'm pretty much certain this is going to be the Lexus LFA finally coming to GT7. Like I said, rest in peace to all of the Where Is the LFA comments. I'm going to kind of miss it now. This car's pretty much guaranteed to come with the next update. Moving on, next we're going to go to the front right. Again, this is a, you know, pretty obvious vehicle, and I think it's one that a lot of people, especially older Gran Turismo fans, are going to be very much keen on seeing. So this is one that I've been waiting for forever. This is the Nissan Skyline 400R, if not my favorite ever Nissan Skyline, maybe only just pipped to the mark by the LM model, but this is definitely a very, very special vehicle. Based on the R33 generation of Nissan GTR, it is finally coming to Gran Turismo 7. I would know that silhouette anyway. I'm pretty much certain this is the 400R finally coming to GT7, and I absolutely cannot wait to get my hands on this one. This is one very special Nissan Skyline. So yeah, you can use the memes, oh yeah, another Skyline, another GTR, but honestly this one is a little bit special. So let's move on once again, this time to the back of the silhouette image. We're going to go for the back left now, and I think this one again is quite obvious what it is. It's a car that once again has been requested for a very long time. This is the Mercedes-Benz 190e Evo 2. Again, it's very much distinct in its shape and style. It's one that again I've just seen absolutely requested everywhere, and it's another one that me personally I cannot wait to get my hands on. This is an absolute animal of a car, obviously bringing those kind of late 80s sort of early 90s touring car vibes, you know, the DTM vibes. Absolutely cannot wait to get my hands on this one. This for me is a very, very special vehicle, and in all honesty I'm pretty much certain that that silhouette is definitely the 190e Evo. cannot wait to get my hands on this one. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be in the same category of saying, look, this is an absolute belter of a car coming to GT7. Finally, again, you don't need to ask where's the 190e. I'm pretty much certain this is the silhouette for it, and I'm pretty much certain that will be coming next week with update 1.40. Okay, so let's move to the back left middle, and this is probably the one that's given me the most problems. I kind of, guess what the manufacturer is. It's definitely some sort of Tesla. I think it's very obvious by the shape of this silhouette, but the exact model I'm pretty unsure of. Now, I'm kind of on the fence between two different models of Tesla. I am definitely by no means a big fan of these vehicles, so I'm not really too clued up on them. So it's for definitely a Tesla, but I'm either on the fence of it being a Tesla Model 3 and some sort of different version of that. I'm pretty sure we actually have one within GT7, so it's possibly a more up-to-date version of the Model 3, or it could possibly be the more SUV-like Tesla Model Y. It's quite difficult to tell from the silhouette. Definitely some sort of Tesla, but the exact model either being a 3 or a Model Y, and the exact, I guess, spec of that model, I'm not quite sure on. But it's definitely a Tesla, meaning that we are also getting an EV with this update. So there is rather a nice, selection of different vehicles to cater to literally everyone. So with that one out of the way, I'm pretty much certain on this one. This is the back middle right, I'm going to call it. I think this one is very much obvious what it is, and I'm pretty sure, just looking at the sort of hood of this vehicle, that I'm pretty much certain exactly which model it is. This is definitely a Dodge Challenger, one of the more recent generations, obviously, and I'm going to say this is definitely the Demon. Now, I believe this is the one that does sort of the massive wheelies and such, so does that kind of hint at drag content with this update? I'm not quite sure, but this is definitely a very exciting vehicle to have. So American Muscle also coming with this update. Not only do we have sort of, track going European rocket ships and supercars, some classic JDM, some classic German touring cars, EVs, we are also getting American Muscle with this update as well, and I'm pretty much certain this is the Challenger Demon, basically the wheelie popping insane American beast. So very much looking forward to this one. Definitely an update pretty much catering to every different taste possible. Now let's move on to the back right, because we do have some American Muscle once again, and I'm pretty much certain that this is a Dodge Challenger RT, of the Hemi variety and all that kind of stuff. Now I'm not sure on what specific model year. I'm definitely saying late 60s. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be the typical 1969, but I'm definitely going to say it's along those lines. So this for me is definitely one of the Charger RTs. I'm just going to call it there. I'm probably wrong with the model year. I think 1969 Charger, when it comes to sort of this kind of style of classic Dodge Charger, is probably the most common version that ever gets put into video games. So I'm going to kind of say 1969, possibly wrong, who knows. I'm probably out by a touch, but I'm definitely comfortable in saying, look, it's definitely a Dodge Charger, it's definitely along those lines, and it's definitely going to be one of the more sort of performance heavy models. So absolutely incredible to see this car, one of my favorite American muscle cars, if not my favorite of all time. So there we have it, 7 cars coming with update 1.40. I pretty much think I've got all of these spot on. I'm sure Nenkai will come along and just absolutely, disprove some of these, or he'll just go ahead and just confirm exactly what I'm assuming. A lot of these silhouettes are very distinct, very easy to guess, and I think I've pretty much got most of them spot on. The only one that I'm really struggling with is definitely the Tesla, mainly because I'm not really too clued up on that brand of car or their exact models. I kind of know that the Model 3 sort of the go-to one, but then at the same time, looking at that silhouette, it looks a little bit SUV-like, which is possibly the Model Y. But yeah, I think I pretty much gave this a good guess. I'm pretty much sure these are all of the cars coming with update 1.40. Let me know which one you are most excited for, and I will see you next week to cover the update. Take care, guys. Peace.